Hello guys, this is Tanu Roda. I am software testing professional and here I am making the video on the most important Selenium interview questions. So guys, what I have done here is like I have listed out the very basic questions that are asked in the Selenium interviews. So like if you are having the 4+ years of experience, then the interviewer is gonna focus more on the framework part, but it doesn't mean that they won't ask you the basic questions. So the questions that I have listed out is will be beneficial for the candidates having 2 to 5 years of experience. So yeah, let's begin with it and see how much it helps you. It's coming to the question, and the very first question that interview asks you is about your project and the roles and responsibilities. So we have already covered that part in the previous videos. If you want to know what all things you have to cover while telling about your project and your roles and responsibilities, you can go through that video. Next is tell me about the framework of the project. So guys, knowing framework is always the plus point. Like you should always know what is the framework. It can be the page object model, it can be the keyword driven, it can be data driven, it can be hybrid. Okay, but if you are having like 4 years of experience or 4 plus, then you should always know about the framework of the project. Then it is mandatory for you to know the framework. And if you are beginner, like 1 to 3 years of experience, and you don't know the framework, then it can be considered. But I'm again mentioning that I'm not saying that if you are beginner, then you should not know the framework. Knowing framework is always the plus point. Okay, so these is all about the project and the framework. Now coming purely on the Selenium questions. So what is the first question that comes is different locators in the Selenium. We have multiple locators in the Selenium: ID, name, class name, link text, partial link text, sorry, tag name, XPath, and CSS selector. And you should know how to write XPath and CSS selector. It is highly likely that interview will give you the DOM and will ask you to write the XPath of the particular element or the CSS of the particular element. So you should know these XPath and CSS selector. ID, name, class name, that you will easily able to find out from the DOM, but for XPath you have to follow the syntax like double slash, tag name, then square brackets at the attribute equals to value, then square closing the square brackets. Okay, so you should know the XPath and CSS selector. Now moving to the next question, and this is what is the difference between the relative XPath and the absolute XPath. So absolute XPath always starts from the parent node and we traverse till we reach to the desired element or to the desired node. Okay, and what we do is for relative we starts from the mid and write our path till the web element that we want to reach. Okay, so absolute always starts with a single slash and relative starts with a double slash, and it is always recommended to use the relative XPath because in the future if developer changes anything in the parent node and that is not impacting my particular web element, then I don't have to change the XPath. But if I am using absolute, then I have to change the complete XPath. So it is always recommended to use the relative XPath. And so coming to the next question, how will you handle drop downs in the Selenium? For handling drop down in the Selenium, we have a class named as select class. What we will do is like we'll create an object of the select class, select st new select, and pass the web element of that particular drop down as an argument. And we have 3 methods in it: select by value, select by visible text, and select by index. And just remember, index always starts with the 0. Okay, so moving to the next question is how will you handle mouse overs, right click, double click in Selenium? So for handling these actions, we have the class named as actions class. So what will we do is like we'll create an object of the actions class, actions act new actions, and pass our driver object into it. And then we'll use the methods like for just hovering the we will use the uh, act dot move to element dot build dot perform. What will this do is like it will be able to hover on that particular element. And if I want to double click, then I'll use first I'll go to that particular element. So I am using to move to element, and then I'll double click over there. So I'll use the method name as double click, and for this we use dot build dot perform. So we are using dot build and dot perform because why we are using building, because we have multiple actions in it. Like first I'm moving to element, then I'm double clicking in. That's why I'm using these two methods, dot build and dot perform, like to build all my actions and then perform my all actions. Okay, and similarly if I want to right click on it, then what I'll do is like again same procedure we will use. Like first I'll use dot to move to element, I'll move to that particular element, then I'll uh, use the method dot context click, it is used for right click, and then again do the same thing, dot build and dot perform. So we'll use the actions class to performing these actions. Okay, so moving to the next question is, what is the web driver? It is highly likely to be asked that what is web driver, whether it is an interface or a class. So answer is that web driver is an interface that implements by the classes Firefox driver, Chrome driver, and the IE driver. These are the classes that implement this web driver interface. Okay, so moving to the next question, what is the difference between navigate and get? So basically both are used to open the URLs, but there is slightly difference in both of them. Like get is used to go to particular URL and wait till the page loads, but navigate is just used to navigate to particular URL and doesn't wait to load the page. It just maintains the browser histories or cookies to navigate back or forward. Okay, so now coming to the next question, what are the different weights in the Selenium? So we have three weights in the Selenium: implicit weight, explicit weight, and fluent weight. Implicit weight, when we are using the implicit weight, then we just define it globally. Like if I have used implicit weight in one of my tests in one of my class, then it is defined as globally, like for each element it will wait till the page till that particular element is loaded. But explicit is we use to define for some particular conditions, like for the particular condition it will wait like till that particular element is loaded or till that alert is present. So we have multiple methods in the explicit wait that you can go through. Okay, so next is how to handle the frames. For handling the frames we have the method called switch to frame. It uses three arguments, whether it can be id is like the frame id, it is kind of a string that is unique to each frame, and index is same as like it starts with a 0 1, and the web element I can do is like I can identify any of the web element that are present on the particular frame, then I can switch to it by using driver dot switch to frame and passing the that particular element that I have identified. Okay, so let's move to next slide. So moving to the next question, and it is how to come out from the frames in the Selenium. So like if they have asked you about the frame, like how will you move to a particular frame, then it is definitely that they're gonna ask you how will you come out from that frame. So for coming out the frame we have just a method known as switch to default content. What it will do is like it will control it, it will move my control again to the basic content that I am doing. Like if I want to do some action on frame, then I'll switch to that particular frame, do my work there, and then again I want my control back to the base. So what I'll do is I'll use the method known as switch to default content. Okay, so I think it's clear. Now moving to the next question, and it is difference between the driver dot close and driver dot quit. So what is these two do? They basically use to close the browser, but close method closes the currently open the browser window which has the WebDriver focus, like on which window, on the window that I am working. Okay, so like suppose my in my Selenium script I have opened multiple windows, but currently my control is on that particular window on which I am performing the action. So if I'm using driver dot close, it will just close that particular window on which my WebDriver focus is there. Okay, and if I'm using driver dot quit, what it will do is like it will closes all the browser window that I have been opened by my Selenium script. just remember it won't close that browser that you have opened manually by clicking on the Chrome. It will just close only those browsers that have been opened by the Selenium script. Okay. So next question is how to take screenshot in the Selenium. For taking the screenshot in the Selenium, we have just this one line of code that we use. In this, what we are doing is like we are using take screenshot and it casting it into our driver object, and then we are using the method known as dot get screenshot as what, and it is taking the arguments as output type dot file. What this line of code will do, it will store my screenshot on in the file name as src. Okay, so that's all about how to take the screenshot in the Selenium, and that's all about the Selenium questions. So if you have any other questions or any other doubts, you can write to me. I'll try my best to reply all of you. And yeah, thanks for watching it. Bye. Good luck for your interview.